Hello students, let's start the next part of our topic. Before that, going to deal the next part of our topic. What we have already we have studied about selection rule in the last class, isn't it? Where we have studied selection rules for electronic spectra of transition metal complexes, where spin selection rule, which is always 0, and orbital selection rule, that is Laporte, which is plus or minus 1. Next part, what is the allowed and what is the forbidden transitions, we have already dealt about it. And today we will going to deal about the Orgel diagram. Before going to deal this Orgel diagram, and again question will arise, for what we are studying these particular Orgel diagrams? Why we are studying this? In case of d and p orbitals, when the splitting will going to take place in the d orbital, that is in form of Eg and T2g, energy will require over there, isn't it? And the splitting may take place in the weak field of the ligand or maybe of strong field, isn't it? And it can be represented, there is a no energy calculation for that particular splitting performed in this particular diagram. Just to see one by one point I have took from the books so that you can understand easily this about the Orgel diagrams. So these Orgel diagrams are correlation diagrams, isn't it? For what? Which can be show what? Relative energies of electronic terms in the transition metal complexes. I have already told the meaning of this particular transition metal complexes, isn't it? Transition metals, you know, that is D block elements containing metals, we used to call it as an what? Transition metal. And the complexes which are formed along with that particular metal, we used to call it as an what? Transition metal complexes. So relative energies of electronic terms in the form of what? It can be get splits into D1, D2, D3, D4 and all, isn't it? Such relative terms energies which are available over there. So relative energies of electronic terms in transition metal complexes. Orgel diagrams can show the correlation diagrams of relative energies of electronic terms in transition metal complexes. Again, Orgel diagrams restricted to only the weak field, that is high spin, isn't it? And not in the strong field, that is in low spin. Tick in your mind that one thing you have to keep fixed, that is weak field means high spin and strong field means low spin. So Orgel diagrams which are there, they are restricted only in the weak field, that is in case of high spin. Next, these are qualitative. There is a no energy calculation, how much amount of energy get released or took, endo or exo, doesn't matter. So this is only the qualitative. We have to check only the quality of that particular transition metal complex. No energy calculation at all. Okay, next part, in an Orgel diagram, the parent term in presence of no ligand field is located in the center of diagram. That is which the ligand field, whether it is strong ligand field or weak ligand field, which can be located at the center of diagram. Okay, we will denote it by the letter delta here. Consider if it is a diagram and at that particular center of diagram we have to just denote over there presence of ligand or field, which whether it is strong or weak. Okay, next part, there are two Orgel diagrams, one that is D1, D4, D6, D9 configuration and another remaining which one? 2, 3, 7, 8. Up to 1 to 9D are there orbitals degenerating, we already know that. In that 1, 4, 6, 9 configuration and remaining 2, 3, 7, 8 configurations. There are mainly two Orgel diagrams. One is D1, D4, D6, D9. Another one which will be there, that is D2, D3, D7, D8. And with the terms due to that electronic configuration in a ligand field at each side. Okay, whether it is left or right side. Next, in an Orgel diagram, energy is represented vertical dimension. Okay, vertical dimension, energy can be represented over there by vertical dimension itself. Next, what they have told about it, The vertical line in the center of diagram represents the gaseous ion, that is free ion, where there are no ligand field at all, that is delta is equal to 0. Vertical line at the center of diagram, consider this is our center, and here the vertical line which will be there, it can be represent what? Delta, that is gaseous ion, where there is a no ligand field, that is delta is equal to 0. Neither strong nor weak over there. Okay. Next part, this situation arises because of ligand field state inverted for two cases, and electron hole formation also causes the orbital to be inverted over there, and as a result the ligand field state that the same for d ion in octahedral field. Okay, so what will happen over here? So what I mean to tell you is that the situation arises because of electron hole formalization, and also cause the orbital to be inverted, and as a result ligand field states are same for d ion in octahedral field as well as tetrahedral field. So in case over at right hand side, D6 are octahedral in case, and D4 D9 are tetrahedral in the space. Let me tell once again this all part so that you can understand it properly. Just to see, we are dealing here what? Orgel diagrams are the correlation diagram which shows the relative energies of electronic terms in transition metal complexes. Orgel diagrams are restricted only show the weak field, that is high spin cases, offer no information about the strong field, that is low spin cases. Because orgel diagrams are qualitative, no energy calculations can be performed from these diagrams. In an orgel diagrams, the parent terms which are there in presence of no ligand field is located in the center of the diagram with this term due to that electronic configuration in an ligand field at each side. There are two orgel diagrams, one for D1, D4, D6, D9 configuration, and the other is for D2, D3, D7, D8 configurations. In an orgel diagram, energy is represented as vertical dimension, and the vertical line at the center of diagram represents the gaseous ion where there is a no ligand field, that is delta is equal to 0. And here you have to note that right hand side of the diagram applies for D1, D6 ion in octahedral field, or D4, D9 ion in the tetrahedral field over here. This is about the orgel diagram. And next part we saw about right hand. Then what about the left hand side? D4 D9 is for what? Octahedral, and next part D1 D6 is for tetrahedral over here. Sometime both sides applied for the both type of complexes, and as a result ligand field states are the same for D ion in octahedral field as they are for D4 in an tetrahedral field. Isn't it? Now, although both sides of the diagrams can apply to the tetrahedral or to the octahedral also in some cases, but it is many to show that one side is for diagram but not the other side. So, it does not mean that one side of the diagram applies for tetrahedral complex and the other for the octahedral complex. Doesn't mean both sides apply for both types of complexes. It should also be remembered that the magnitude of the splitting is different because of delta T is more or less equal to 4 upon 9 delta naught. Okay. So this is about the D orgel diagram. There are mainly two parts. One is D orgel diagram, another one is the F orgel diagram. We are dealing over here first a D orgel diagram. Just to see, here I have written D orgel diagram. Here splittings I have done already, EG and T2G. D1 D6 tetrahedral, D4 D9 octahedral, D1 D6 octahedral, D4 D9 tetrahedral. Lines which are same Russell's and Dust terms will diverge due to the non-crossing rule, but all other lines will be the linear itself. And for D orgel diagram, left is D1 D6 for tetrahedral and D4 D9 is for the octahedral complexes. And for right side, D4, D9 for the tetrahedral and D1, D6 for the octahedral. Nothing is there in this particular diagram. Simply you have to dot this particular D orgal diagram and then you have to explain the terms one by one. Okay, what I mean to tell you is that the left hand side for D4, D9, isn't it left hand side D4, D9 for what? Octahedral, and D1, D6 for what? Tetrahedral. This, consider this is of left hand side and this is of right hand side. What mean to write in this part, you have to just explain in the words for 5 marks. Sometimes both side can be applied for the both types of complexes. Magnitude of the splitting different because delta T more or less equal to 4 upon 9 delta naught. Next, lines with same Russell-Sanders term will diverge due to the non-crossing rule, but all other lines will be the linear. For D orgal diagram, left side, I have already told this, isn't it? D1, D6 for tetrahedral, D4, D9 for octahedral. Next, right side, D4 or D9 for tetrahedral and D1, D6 for the octahedral. This is for D orgal diagram. Now we will going to deal about the F orgal diagram also is present over here. Just to see F orgal diagram. Just to put one glance on F orgal diagram. In an orgal diagram, lines with the same Russell-Sanders terms will diverge due to the non-crossing rule, but all other lines will be the linear. Next, for left side of the D1, D4 tetrahedral, D4, D9 octahedral complexes for D, isn't it? We already know that. But in case of F orgal diagram, we will put one glance. The splitting of free ions F and P terms in an octahedral and tetrahedral fields are D2, D7 tetrahedral, D3, D8 octahedral. This is for what? Left side, isn't it? And D2, D7 octahedral, D3, D8 tetrahedral. This is for what? Yes, right side, isn't it? Next part, this is our F orgal diagram over here. So in this case, F orgal diagram, this is the center part, I have already told, representing energy. This is P, this is F, isn't it? And here splitting I have shown already. This is 9 upon 5 and this is about 4 upon 5, or you can tell it is 4 upon 9 here, 4 upon 9 delta. This is one splitting I have shown over here, isn't it? I have already told about this in the last part. The magnitude of splitting is quite different for two types of complexes because of delta T is approximately how much? 4 upon 9 delta naught, isn't it? So this is all about the F orgal diagram, and another one is the D orgal diagram. Let me tell once again this all part so that you can understand it properly. So about orgal diagrams are the correlation diagram which shows the relative energies of electronic terms in the transition metal complexes, and it can be restricted only in the weak field, that is high spin, not in the strong field, that is in the low spin. These are the qualitative no energy calculation. In an orgal diagram, the parent term in presence of no ligand field is located at the center of diagram. Next, there are two orgal diagrams, D1, D4, D6, D9 configuration, another D2, D3, D7, D8 configuration, isn't it? Next, in an orgal diagram, energy is represented at vertical dimension, and vertical lines at the center of diagram represent the gaseous ion where there is a no ligand field at all, that is delta is equal to 0. Next, right hand side, D4, D6, which is octahedral in the nature. Next, right hand side only D4, D9, which is tetrahedral in the nature. Next, left hand side D4, D9 octahedral and D1, D6 in tetrahedral. Sometimes both side can be applied, both type of complexes, and magnitude of splitting is different because delta T is more or less equal to 4 upon 9 delta naught. This is about the D orgal diagram. Okay, so here D, T2G, T2G, EG, EG, D1, D6 left side tetrahedral, D4, D9 octahedral left side, right side D1, D6 octahedral, left again D4, D9 tetrahedral. Lines with same RS term will diverge due to the non-crossing rule, but all other lines will be the linear. For D orgal diagrams, left, that is D1, D6 tetrahedral, D4, D9 octahedral, and right side D4, D9 tetrahedral, D1, D6 octahedral. This is about what? D orbital diagram. Next, what about the F orbital diagram? We have to see over here. This is about the F orbital diagram. See, splitting of ions, the F and P terms in the octahedral and tetrahedral fields. Left side D2 D7 tetrahedral, D3 D8 octahedral. Right side D2 D7 octahedral, D3 D8 tetrahedral. This is about the splitting. Simply T2G, 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 A2G. A2G, all three are T2G in case of F orbital diagram itself. Okay, you have to show 3 parts for F and only 1 part for P. This is the vertical line which can be represents the energy over here. This is about the orbital diagram. They may ask the question for 5 marks. Write the note on orbital diagram itself. You are supposed to write these all point with diagrams of D orbital diagram as well as F orbital diagrams. I hope you have understood the today's part. Okay, only this much we are going to deal today, and in the next class we will going to deal about the electronic spectra of titanium, that is transition metal complex. One transition metal complex which will be there, that is titanium, okay, which is violet in the color, and again electron how they will occupy over there, and next higher energy states how they will available over there, how the Planck constant is present over there. Then next part we will going to how the absorption will going to take place, that all part how the splitting, that about the hexa ACO titanium complex 3 ion which will be there, about that we will going to deal in the next class. So this particular ion, that is electronic spectra of this complex ion we will going to deal. Before going to deal that all, just I will tell you the name of this particular complex ion. Here 6 is there, so I have supposed to write here what? Yes, hexa. So for water we are having ACO, hexa ACO. Complex which will be there, yes, titanium, hexa ACO titanium, which plus 3 ion is there, so I'll write here plus 3, isn't it? Hexa ACO titanium plus 3 ion, and the color of this ion which is violet in color. Okay, only this term I will going to deal, remaining all I will going to deal in the next class. This is the titanium complex when we will going to deal, that will be the last class of this particular topic, that is electronic spectra of transition metal complexes. And after that we will take one test, online test we will going to conduct, that is for both the topics, one is soil analysis and electronic spectra of transition metal complexes. So thank you, I will stop here only.